Hey, the Treasure Fan Joe Pal, Big D back here again with another weekly news announcement, and this is for Tuesday, the 22nd of April, 2019. And if you're new to my channel, what I like to do with this video is talk about what's coming out this week and what's coming out next week, and any major announcements that were made, which were a whole lot. And then I show you what I did pick up from last week at the very end. So let's get started. So tomorrow, I liken tomorrow to like a upgrade day tomorrow. Nothing really major new is coming out of note. It's a few upgrades, mostly to 4K, but otherwise there's not much more there else. So tomorrow we have a movie called Destroyer with Nicole Kidman. I put this one on there because it looked interesting. I have no idea about it. Leave me a comment down below. Do you know what this movie is? Also tomorrow, and that one I'm not sure where you'll be able to find that actually. Most likely Amazon, that one. Next one you should be able to find in stores tomorrow. Should be able to find anywhere in that Shameless Season 9. And then the next couple after this, you could probably have to buy off a website or something like that. I doubt you'll be able to find it in stores, but there's I Spit on Your Grave, Deja Vu, which again, I have no idea. I've seen the I Spit on Your Grave movies. I've seen the originals, the remakes, all that stuff, but I have no idea what that one's about. And then the other one is a movie from Arrow Video called Scared Stiff. Cover looks really cool, but I have no idea about it. And then this next title is the only wide release title that just was in theaters not too long ago. I think it was in theaters in January. And that is the movie Escape Room. That will be coming out on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. Actually, I might take that back. I'm not 100% sure it's coming out in 4K. But it does come out tomorrow, and that was only a theatrical release that was on here. And then after that, this is all 4K upgrades. So after that, tomorrow, The Witch comes out in 4K. So if you're a big fan of that movie, comes out. Then also tomorrow, Captain America, let's see here, Winter Soldier and Civil War both coming out in 4K tomorrow, and they're also coming out in 4K Steelbooks. So be on the lookout for those. And then the big title, at least for me anyways, the one I'm most excited about is Alien, the 40th Anniversary Edition Steelbook comes out tomorrow. It also comes out in regular 4K as well. But I'm really looking forward to that one. I've actually seen some shots of like what the Blu-ray looks like versus the 4K. And I got to tell you, what I've seen so far is the 4K looks really, really good. So I'm really excited about seeing that. And I know right now Amazon's got it for like $14 if you don't want the Steelbook. So I would jump. Actually, the Steelbook's not that expensive either, but I have a funny feeling with this one. You're not going to find it. And I hate to say this. I have to be bare because I really want on the Steelbook as well. But that one and both Captain America movies have been sold out on Best Buy for a while. Every time I go in there to try to order it, it says that, you know, check available stores and no stores available, and the light just went out. No stores available for within 250 miles of where I live. That happened with Bumblebee, and we all know what happened with Bumblebee. I never got it. So, I'm not overly, like, expecting to find these things, honestly, tomorrow. I have a funny feeling it's going to be one of those things where I'm not going to find it. But be on the lookout if you want those Steelbooks. I would definitely get to Best Buy as soon as you can tomorrow. Better be safe than sorry and get there early. Secondly, I'm sorry about the light, but I'm going to keep going with this thing because I don't want to go look for another light right now, and I'm kind of on a roll. So let's keep going. Hopefully you can see me. So, okay, so next week, another week of pretty, is there anything on here? There is nothing of note on here. Well, no, I take that back. There is 2 movies that were theatrical titles. So next week we have Hannibal in 4K. We also have 16 Candles, a special edition coming. I think it's an anniversary edition of 16 Candles. Looks pretty cool. I think there's a digibook with it. Also tomorrow we have Death Warmed Up. One of the theatrical titles that came out, which is Serenity. It's that Matthew McConaughey movie that's on a boat. I have no idea. I do like Matthew McConaughey. I'm kind of interested. And then also next week they're releasing X-Men Trilogy sets, 2 different sets with X-Men movies in it. They're coming out on Steelbooks as well. I believe they're all 4K as well. How many times did you say that in one sentence? And then also the other theatrical release coming out next week would be Miss Bala. It's the movie about the girl who something ends up happening down in Mexico and she gets stuck down there and she has to, you know, fight for her survival. So that movie does come out next week. And then the other 2 is Drag Across the Concrete and then a movie called Arctic. So as you can see, the next couple weeks, it's kind of there's not a really big. So us movie collectors, we can kind of sit back a little bit, maybe let our wallets cool down a little bit from all the heat that's been coming off from all this that's been coming out lately. So that's it for this week and next week. Like I said, there's not a whole lot. So, but announced wise, there were a few titles announced this week. I was kind of a slow week for announcements too. I think this happens a lot of times this time of the year with Easter and stuff like that. They kind of slow things down a little bit because they figure people are doing stuff with their families. The same thing will happen around Christmas time too. They kind of just slow it all down. So, But we do have a few titles that are announced. So Criterion for July has announced Do the Right Thing, Clute in 1984. Let's see here. They also announced, those will be out in July, also announced is Hotel Mumbai, which will be out June 18th. Venture Brothers Season 7, which will be out on June 4th. I thought that series was over a long time ago. I do have several of the seasons of that, so I was kind of surprised. Although this is Blu-ray, so maybe it's a re-release on Blu-ray. I'm not really sure, but that is coming out on June 4th. One title I'm really excited about they announced, because I love this movie. This movie is one of my all-time favorite, especially Civil War movies, and that's Glory with Denzel Washington and Matthew Broderick. Great movie. Matter of fact, Denzel Washington won Best Supporting Actor Academy Award for this movie, and he rightly so deserved it. Really, really well done movie. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend it. It's really well done. Also, they announced Titans Season 1. So that's the live action like Teen Titans movie. It's on the DC network. They've announced that for the 16th of July, which I really want to see because it looks really cool. And I don't want to pay for the DC channel, so this is much better. Also, The Kid was announced, and that's the movie about Billy the Kid. It was out, I think it was real limited, but it has like half the people from Magnificent Seven. It's like Chris Pratt's in it, Vincent D'Onofrio's in it, Ethan Hawke's in it. So a bunch of people from like that movie are now going to be in this one. It's a story about Billy the Kid. Apparently Chris Pratt plays a bad guy in this, which is very unusual. Chris Pratt's usually your go-to happy-go-lucky good guy. So I actually really want to see it. I remember reading about it, but it never came to theaters anywhere around here. So I am excited to see that. And it actually comes out June 4th, so not that long away. Then also we have a new movie called Captive State, which stars John Goodman. I think it's about aliens that took over the planet. It's kind of like now we're just living with like alien captors. Some people have said it's really slow. I still want to see it because I love movies like that. It's kind of a disaster type movie. So, and that will be out on the 11th of June, so like a week later. And then also some tentative ones, and these are very tentative. I think they're exact, but I don't want to say they're 100% for sure until I see an official amazing announcement for it. But so what I have read is Alita Battle Angel will be out on the 25th of June, which is oddly enough not that far away. Pet Sematary, the one I just did a review on last week, looks like it's going to come out around July 9th. And both those movies are going to have steelbooks with them from Best Buy. Dumbo, the live action Dumbo, looks like it's going to come out the 25th of June as well. And then I'm pretty sure it's going to be a steelbook too. I'm sure they're going to do like their Disney Signature Cut collection with that. And the other title was, and I was pretty stoked on this because this was filmed partially in my hometown, is the movie Us. That is a steelbook as well, and that will be out on the 18th of June. At least it looks like that way for now. So some of the bigger theatrical titles are finally starting to fall in place a little bit. Looks like June's going to be a pretty big month. And they're also starting to ramp up July a little bit too. So this summer, historically, we'll start seeing a lot of this stuff come. I would imagine too, and I know this is huge speculation, but I would imagine probably around August, you'll see the next Avengers movie. They won't let it go that long before they shove it out on DVD. But that's, of course, speculation. But it does come out this week, which, by the way, I do have my tickets for it. But these things seem to be coming out a little bit quicker and quicker and quicker. Just look at this week, for example, Escape Room. That literally was like the end of January, and we're, what, towards the end of April. So it's only a couple months. So be on the lookout for those. But that's really it. I mean, leave me some comments down below. Any of these movies you've seen, are you going to buy these movies? What's, what your thoughts on them? But honestly, there's not a whole lot coming out. Now, this week and next week, the 30th, again, there's not much, but we get to that first week in May, and there's some stuff. The first 2 weeks in May are pretty exciting, and I mean, next week I'll start to talk to you about those titles because we're going to be within a 2-week period of them. But it's really exciting. I know one movie for sure comes out at the beginning of the month is Lego Movie 2. So there's a lot of steelbooks coming out at the beginning of the month as well. So that's it for what's going on. Now I have to just show you guys kind of what I picked up last week. So I actually did pick up a few titles, believe it or not. Got some good deals, so I couldn't pass them up. So I did buy, and I know I'm going to get grief for this, but I did buy replicas. I bought this because I really like Keanu Reeves, and I've yet to really see a movie that I didn't really, really enjoy. So I did pick this up. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching it this week. But I like the premise, so I picked that up. Next, I picked this up just only because this movie is a classic. This is one of those movies from my childhood. This is a go-to movie. Watched it so many times I can probably recite the majority of the movie, and that is The Karate Kid in 4K. I mean, you just can't go wrong with this movie. This movie is so well done, and it's such a great movie. It's just, yeah, this is what the 80s encapsulated right here, was this kind of stuff, and I had to pick up the 4K of this. I haven't watched it yet either, but I have a sneaking suspicion it should be pretty good, so pick that up. The next I'm really excited about. These are the two I've been talking about a lot. The first one is the Andy Sedaris classic, Malibu Express. I did watch this one yesterday, and I'll be doing a review of both these next week because I'm gonna do the whole collection review. I've been working on that, but I did watch. Let me tell you, it actually looks a lot better than the DVD I have. I was quite impressed. There's a couple issues I did have with it. Mostly like this intro that Andy Sedaris does. Literally, they're talking and it just cuts it off and goes right into the movie, which was really weird. And I've heard other people having the same problem with it. But this was awesome to watch again. It definitely looks 100 times better on Blu-ray. It's just a great movie. There's some good special features on there. I got Malibu Express. And of course, the other one I did get was Hard Ticket to Hawaii, which I will be watching at some point this week. Again, partially because of my review I'm going to be doing, but also just because this is an awesome movie. It's got a really cheesy soundtrack. It's just great. You got to love this. So, Andy Sedaris classics, they're here. I'm hoping they release more because I haven't seen Hard Ticket to Hawaii yet, but Malibu Express, it looks good. I'm hoping they do out more. By the way, these do come with digital copies, but don't let that fool you. It's to Mill Creek's own site where you can put the code in. You can access the movies digitally on their site. It was a pain in the butt to set up. I'm going to tell you this, number one. And number two, it doesn't work really well. Like, I kept pushing, to accept, approve, and it kept just sitting there idle. Then I backed out of it, but the movie was there. It's really weird. You need to be patient when you upload these things, just because it does take a while, and it's really weird. But, man, have Sedaris on Blu-ray. You can't go wrong with it. The next thing I did pick up, this was from Target, I did pick up Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Had to. It's the Steelbook. Looks amazing. I'm looking forward to watching this, but I did get it. Actually, I ordered it because I was worried my Targets didn't really get very many of them, so I ordered it. But oddly enough, it was a Target movie that came in that wasn't damaged. The last thing I did pick up, and this was a real big surprise because I thought for sure I wasn't going to get this. Target wasn't taking pre-orders anymore. It was really hard to get, but I did get it. I did manage to get Glass on the Steelbook. This is the Blu-ray edition. This Steelbook is just amazing. It looks really cool. It's kind of hard to see. I do apologize again. My light just decided it doesn't want to work anymore. But I'm really stoked to get this. I really like this movie. I know a lot of people bashed it, but I really like this movie. I thought it was really good. I actually like this whole little trilogy he did with Unbreakable and Split. Now this one. I really enjoy those movies. James McAvoy, I think, is amazing. Bruce Willis did a really good job, and I think they're well done. There are some issues here and there, but overall, it's a good movie. It's a good watch, and I do recommend it. But that is it for what I picked up last week. I didn't pick up a whole lot. I did a little bit of hunting, but really didn't find anything. It's kind of getting a little bit stale this time of the year. It'll pick back up again usually around June. People start clearing more stuff out as summer comes. So then all of a sudden you see a massive influx of a lot of used stuff going into the thrift stores and stuff like that. So I figure it's just a matter of time at this point now. But yeah, that's it. Not much to this week. It's kind of a shorter video than normal. Leave me some comments down below what you think. Did you pick up any of these movies last week? Or what do you think about the stuff that is coming out? Not a whole lot, but any thoughts? Also, thank you guys all for watching. You guys rock. Yeah, I just really appreciate you watching. Everybody take care out there and be careful. Always keep hunting because you know what? You just never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper.